Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic. All right. So the Sublime and the main issue with dealerships, the Sublime and dealerships, they don't sound like they can coexist together. Those two words, those two terms, those two vocabularies, whatever. But I'm saying this just for the simple fact that I was at the dealership today and I had a very stressful time just trying to get a car. And it wasn't even an issue with me, it was more so a problem with the person consulting me, the dealership. They, it's like when you want a car, they try so hard to not let you have that car. You feel me? And I understand that, when you don't finance with them, I don't even know if they lose out on that or anything. But at the same time, it's like, don't you think you're losing customers acting that way? All because I'm not financing with one of your banks. Is it really that big of a deal that I decided to finance with my own bank? Hey, it may be a big deal in their perspective. You feel me? I don't know their story. I don't know how things work from their perspective. I never worked at a dealership. But overall, I just feel like it makes me feel like I'm being used. Like, it makes me feel they're testing my intelligence. Because I tell them, I'm no. I'll finance with my bank. And they would literally have you wait there all day on purpose to see if you could change your mind. So, as bad as I want my car, that car, it's not even my car yet. Well, it might not even be my car. Hopefully it's there in a few days or so. As bad as I want it, I don't want to feel like I was convinced to get it from the way they acted when I was at the dealership. I don't want to feel like I was forced to getting it because I fear that somebody else might buy the car. Because it's a nice car. It was a nice car. But I just hate feeling like I'm being used. I hate it. I hate that. I hate that. The car could be a masterpiece. The car could be beautiful. If you're trying to manipulate me into using one of your tactics or using one of your banks or financing through one of your banks, I'm not gonna want to do it. You feel me? It's I don't know. I just think I lose so much respect if I let people do that to me. I lose respect for myself because I feel like people don't respect me when they're doing stuff like that. You feel me? And I just don't agree with that at all. Like I said earlier, I don't know how their story plays out from a dealership's perspective. But at the end of the day, if your customers don't feel comfortable, you shouldn't be able to be doing that. So that's my take on it. The Sublime part, adding on to that, was the fact that I was reading a book as I was waiting in the dealership because I had nothing else to do. I brought my book with me because I figured it was going to be a while. I figured I was going to spend some time there. So I was like, you know what? Let me just bring my book. And I have the book right here, actually. The book is called Mozart Starling by Leonda Lynn Hope, however you say her last name. But it's basically a book on a lady finding a pet starling, a bird, and taking it in to take care of it. And the book is called Mozart Starling. It was is because the book is called Mozart Starling because Mozart, the famous composer that we all know, at one point in his life, he had a starling bird in his household, and people say that during those times when that bird was alive, he composed one of the greatest songs, uh, music, however you want to say it. He created his best work ever. So I think where this book is going is that you can find appreciation. You could look into anything you appreciate and just have so much awe and just have so much love for it and be grateful. Really pay attention to it, whatever the case is, and that source of energy will in return provide great wealth for you overall. And I'm not saying wealth in terms of money or income. I'm just saying in terms of knowledge, in terms of creative power, in terms of expanding your horizon, in terms of just knowing more and being more curious about the world. Just showing more appreciation about everything because, hey, like, I feel like if you're ignorant, if you're closed minded about a lot of things, it's really hard to learn. If you assume that you know everything, it's really hard to understand other concepts and understand other people's perspective because you're too one sided. Just seeing and trying to learn somebody else's viewpoint and just appreciating their perspective and just being grateful for their existence and studying them because of your gratefulness, of your curiosity, of your loving for them will in return give you the power and energy to provide for yourself. You feel me? That's where I think the book is going. I could be wrong. I'm not done with the book yet. I'm only 50 pages in. But I see in some of the pages that she really studies that bird. Like, she really pays attention. She pays attention to the history of Mozart and his bird as well too, and his family's history and all those other things, which in return showed me that like she 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 learned a lot about herself and improved her well-being because she was curious about the bird and the history of Mozart. So what is that to say? Just I think if you're curious about something, um, be open to listen. Don't be ignorant. Don't be selfish. Don't be closed-minded. Just really, really expand and really ask questions within yourself to somebody else. Write on a book. I mean, write it in your journal. Read a book. Just try to find out and learn to appreciate that process because there's days where you're gonna feel frustrated. There's days where you're gonna be tired. There's days where you're not gonna get certain things. But over time, you get used to it. The brain fog goes away. The mist comes down. Everything starts to become more clear, and we, as humans, become more knowledgeable after. Uh, we always have to water our gardens because our garden is what expands. Our garden is what can die out and dry out if we don't water it consistently. So always be aware of your surroundings. Make sure that your flowers is blooming. Make sure that all the dead stems are out the way and throw them somewhere where I don't know. Just make it seem like they're not there anymore. Um, so yeah, reading books and dealerships made me think like this. Fuck dealerships, man. You people at dealerships that manipulate people are evil. Evil. But I understand where you come from. Well, I don't understand, but I feel like there's a reason for it. And there's a reason for everything. Read more books, people. Just become more knowledgeable. Be more curious about the world, and love yourself, accept yourself, and in return, you'll become better. Thank you. Y'all have a nice one. It's your boy Mike Valentine, aka Trigger Mike. Tune into the channel. Left in between. You already know who it is. Peace. All right. Thank you.